And it's time now for Fugitive Friday, and we're here with the legendary Trish Rout.
Oh my God.
With Southwest Florida's Crime Stoppers.
Trish is showing us some of the fugitives that we need you to look out for this weekend.
Yeah, some bad people that need to go. And we're starting off our list this week with a guy who has evaded law enforcement for nearly 2 years. Junior Dominguez Martinez is wanted for violating his probation following an arrest and conviction for a violent attack on a female. His current warrant stems from an incident where he got into a verbal argument with the female, which quickly escalated into violence. After smashing plates on the floor in a fit of anger, Dominguez Martinez began to choke the woman, eventually causing her to pass out from a lack of oxygen. When she came to, the victim ran into the garage, locked herself in a car, and called 911 for help, fearing that Dominguez Martinez was going to kill her. When deputies arrived, Dominguez Martinez laughed the whole incident off as if it was no big deal. His actions landed him behind bars at the Lee County Jail for 7 months and later time in state prison and now on probation, which he has violated. In addition to this complete lapse of judgment, 54-year-old Dominguez Martinez has been sent to prison 2 other times for battery and burglary charges out of Miami. He's 5'9", 180 pounds, and upon his arrest, he will be held without bond. Next up is a grown man who took advantage of a very young teenage girl and then left the state after she became pregnant. Benjamin Garcia found himself behind bars for lewd and lascivious battery after 2 incidents with the girl in a Lee County home. As a result of his illegal actions, the teen became pregnant and hid her secret under baggy clothing until the baby was born. It wasn't until then that she came clean about her involvement with Garcia, who had already bailed and left for Alabama. Detectives ended up tracing him down, and when DNA tests proved that he had fathered the infant, they placed him under arrest. He was released shortly thereafter, pending his next court hearing. Garcia, however, has made the choice to not own up to his actions and has become a fugitive from the law. This 23-year-old felon is 5'5", 120 pounds, and could be using the aliases of Juan Garcia or Benjamin Humberto. Also on the run this week is a repeat offender with not 10, not 20, but 31 previous bookings on 95 criminal charges. Thomas Jones has earned himself yet another arrest warrant, this time for failing to appear before a judge on the heels of an arrest for fleeing and eluding, drug possession, driving on a revoked license, and willful reckless driving. Deputies spotted Jones driving a 4x4 wheeler at 3:30 in the morning into oncoming traffic. When they tried to pull him over, Jones diverted down a dirt road and then ditched the vehicle and started running. His escape path didn't get him too far after he was met with a quick-acting canine who stopped the 43-year-old in his tracks. He was charged with 6 counts of the possession of meth, fentanyl, and pot, obstruction, and driving with a license that was suspended more than a year ago. After 3 months in a jail jumpsuit, he was released on the condition that he'd show up for his next court hearing, which he has instead chosen to bail on. Jones is a convicted felon with a lengthy history of battery, domestic violence, burglary, grand theft, armed robbery, grand theft auto, and a list of other charges. He's been sent to prison 3 times for roughly 6 years. This Florida native is 6 foot, 200 pounds, and was last known to be living in the Suncoast community of North Fort Myers. And rounding out this week's list is a guy whose hot temper is punching his next ticket back to jail. Daniel McMillan has been dodging deputies for a few months now after he violated probation following an arrest for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Officers say the 38-year-old got into a heated argument with a female that quickly escalated into violence. The victim said McMillan locked her in the bathroom and held her at knife point, all while 4 minor children were in the home. One of those minors actually stepped in to help the victim, at which point McMillan turned his anger towards the child, dragging him by his hair and slamming him against a wall. McMillan finally retreated and left the home, but was located and arrested 2 days later. He was found guilty last fall and placed on 48 months of state probation, which he violated recently. McMillan has 2 priors for aggravated assault, child abuse, and domestic violence false imprisonment. He's 5'10", 160 pounds, and faces extradition from every nook of the country. And upon his arrest, McMillan will be held without bond in the Lee County Jail. And as always, if you recognize any of the fugitives we featured here today, you're asked to call the Crime Stoppers hotline. That number is 1-800-780-TIPS, and all callers will remain anonymous and eligible for a cash reward of up to $3,000. Great way to help your community, put some cash in your pocket, get these guys off the streets for good.
Yeah, and they're very violent people. I mean, I was noticing a trend there.
And they're repeat offenders. You know, they spend a little bit of time, they get out of jail, rinse and repeat. But we need to put them away finally for good, and those tips can help make a difference.
Right, we'll have those pictures posted on our website. Thank you so much, Trish.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you, Trish.
Well, coming up next.